Before we start today's episode, I'd like to introduce to you our next sponsor of the build, HRG Engineering. HRG Engineering builds amazing lift kit components like this right here, an extended spindle for our project Civic. This is going to be the first of many parts to come, and they will have more sponsored episodes as more parts come in. Can't thank Ben and the team over at HRG Engineering enough for all of their support on this build. It has been absolutely overwhelming with all the cool stuff that we get to do with them and all of this R&D and engineering that's gone into this build so far. And now we're starting to get these parts in, and yeah, we'll just get right into it. Okay, so it's been an eventful couple of days. We've had a whole lot of parts come in for the car. I've actually got a part shelf here now at the shop. I took a picture of it earlier. I'll throw that up now. It is packed with parts. Like, there's a lot of parts up there that are going to be sponsored parts in future episodes, but we're waiting on some accompanying parts to come in so we can officially introduce them in at their proper time, and we can really give our sponsors a true episode with lots of detailed information. So today we're going to start with these. These are the extended spindles that we got from HRG Engineering. They're absolutely fantastic, and you really cannot tell looking at them because they've been powder coated and machined down, and everything looks so smooth and very well built. You can't tell where it's been extended. Like, this is a factory Honda arm that's just taller, essentially. What we ended up doing here today was we went and got new bearings for it. So these are all new bearings we had pressed in today down the road by some of our friends. We forgot to bring the snap rings to the shop to get them pressed in as well. They basically sit right in here after the bearings get pressed in and retain it from popping out on this side. But since we forgot them here at the shop today, we just got the bearings pressed in, and we'll have these taken back tomorrow. And in next week's episode, we'll probably have them staged up on the car, hopefully, if everything goes well. Okay, I'm gonna put this down on the floor. It is very beefy. In other news, those SI seats that I picked up a couple of weeks ago have now been painted. I got a recommendation from our very own Wooly on what exactly to do with the seats. I did not like the red stitching on the seats. There's going to be no color on this vehicle whatsoever if I can help it. So I was asking him if he knew anything about the fabric dyes or what all to use. I put out a Facebook post asking all of my friends, do you know anybody that does this? Do you know of any products that work? And what was recommended to me was, thank you, the Color Coat from SEM. This stuff here is not a dye, and this is also not sponsored, by the way. Could be, but it's not. This is not a dye. It is a fabric paint that is completely permanent. It's a very durable coating that goes on. We put like 6 coats of it on, and I've got plenty of photos that I've probably already put up, and I'll put up some more and comparisons of the threads. Basically, all we did was tape off the threads on the sides of the seats and left everything in the stitching exposed, and sprayed about 5 to 6 coats pretty liberally, which it says to use it lightly, but we're already seeing good results otherwise on the seats, and they look absolutely fantastic. You really cannot tell where we masked it or any hard lines whatsoever. It melded seamlessly with this micro suede that's on the side bolsters of the seats. So thank you, Wooly, for the recommendation, and shout out to Bryson, the painter down in Atlanta, for the extra vote of confidence, because he says he uses this stuff almost every day. And you know, as far as things go this week, that's really about it. Jake's been doing some measurements here in the engine bay, just kind of going over the measurements twice over to make sure that the engine can seat up in without too many issues. We're gonna see what we're gonna have to cut. This car is going to be, well, I'll just say I don't know if the car knows what's in store for it at this point. I mean, there's going to be some pretty heavy cutting all around, and it's going to be fun very, very soon. We're starting to see those first parts, like hardcore suspension components, drivetrain components, starting to trickle in to where we can get them test fitted, installed, and mated up with other parts that we have laying on the shelf. So again, I really cannot wait to share this all with you guys. Again, I just want to say to HRG, thank you guys genuinely for being such supporters and cheerleaders of this build. It has been such an overwhelming response from you guys. It's just, it's hard to put into words, but I'm really looking forward to getting more of this green powder coated stuff from you guys here in the next few weeks. I know that there's some stuff in the works, and I can't wait to get it in, unbox it, and put it on this car, and we can really start getting to the meat and potatoes of the swap with that stuff. So it's going to be a very, very fun time. And to all of you out there who are not already, be sure you're subscribed to this channel. And if you are not subscribed over on Jake's channel, Slightly Mangled, where the car is being built here in this shop, please make sure to go and do that. There's a link down in the description below. Thanks again all for watching. I will see you next week. Later.